Princess Diana and Meghan Markle,
You're so gorgeous.
before they were world famous, they were young girls playing dress-up, never imagining their futures as real-life princesses.
It's really hard not to draw parallels between Meghan and Diana. They both have this fantastic way of connecting with people, having this sort of magical touch.
'Cause you're so gorgeous, it actually hurts.
So much alike, and yet worlds apart. From age 2 until she was around 6, Meghan lived here in this apartment above a garage with her mother Doria, pictured here on Instagram, in the middle-class Miracle Mile neighborhood of Los Angeles.
Meghan is the world's most famous valley girl. She was the product of a white Caucasian father and an African-American mother.
She went to private schools, went to a private girls' Catholic school for high school.
And after school, Meghan would often visit her father on the set where he worked on the long-running TV show, Married with Children.
On the set of Married with Children every day after school for 10 years. I was there.
Wow.
I know. It's a very perverse place for a little girl to grow up.
I mean, Diana's childhood was totally different to Meghan. Diana lived in Park House, next door to the Queen's home of Sandringham in Norfolk. She had nannies, she had tutors.
Diana attended a girls' boarding school in Switzerland and had dreams of being a ballet dancer.
Meghan was the bright girl in class. She's smart, she liked debate, she liked protest, she was articulate.
Andrew Morton interviewed Princess Diana for his book, Diana, Her True Story.
Diana, as she said to me, you know, she was no great shakes academically. She was very shy. Her idea of torment was having to go on stage in the Christmas play.
A far cry from Meghan, who jumped at the chance to act in school productions at Immaculate Heart School in Los Angeles. But whether Diana wanted to or not, at 20, she was thrust onto the global stage. 750 million people watched as she walked down the aisle of St. Paul's Cathedral to marry Prince Charles. Escorting Diana was her father, Earl Spencer, still recovering from a stroke. And just this week, the question of who will walk Meghan down the aisle has become front-page news.
This morning, Kensington Palace announcing that Meghan Markle has asked Prince Charles, her future father-in-law, to accompany her down the aisle.
But when she does walk down the aisle, it will be as a new kind of princess, one who has already had a career.
I couldn't have done it without you.
You wouldn't even know where to look without me.
By her 30th birthday, Meghan was starring as a wisecracking paralegal in the television series Suits.
Wow, you're pretty.
Good. You've hit on me.
I wasn't hitting on you.
Trust me, I'm not interested.
She had married her longtime boyfriend, a movie producer named Trevor Engelson. Diana, at 30, had 2 young children and a crumbling marriage, which would end in divorce.
Divorce runs through the royal family like a tide.
3 out of 4 of the Queen's children got divorced. As a result, there is now more leeway in the royal family. William and Harry were allowed to marry women they love.
And while Diana was able to escape her unhappy marriage, tragedy would strike just 2 weeks shy of Harry's 13th birthday.
We have an update on the condition of Diana, the Princess of Wales, who was involved in a car accident in
Diana,
Paris.
Princess of Wales, has died after a car
tragic
crash.
death almost exactly 16 hours ago of Diana.
It's still hard to comprehend the extent to which Princess Diana's death affected not just people in Britain, but around the world.
Patrick Jeffson was Princess Diana's chief of staff for 8 years.
21 years since that terrible day, I have been constantly struck by wherever you go, people will remember where they were when she died.
The world mourned watching her devastated sons following Diana's coffin through the streets of London.
I think losing your mother at such a young age does end up shaping your life massively. Of course it does.
For generations, royalty has held themselves in privacy, and here Harry has talked openly about the loss of his mother.
Prince Harry revealing his feelings in a recent BBC documentary titled Diana, 7 Days.
I think one of the hardest things to come to terms with is the fact that the people that chased her into the tunnel were the same people that were taking photographs of her while she was still dying on the back seat of the car.
Anybody who's experienced the loss of a parent at that sort of age would understand that the intensity of grief and loss has a desensitizing effect.
But he would soldier on. Following royal tradition, Harry joined the army. He became a combat helicopter pilot, and he would serve 2 tours in Afghanistan.
Life in the army for him was very formative and gave him a sense of structure when he needed it, discipline when he knew he needed it.
Meghan Markle would divorce her husband after just 2 years of marriage. Meanwhile, Harry watched his older brother William marry Kate Middleton and start their family. The 3 were often together at polo matches and doing charity work.
And he was always the third wheel on royal engagements, and there was 3 of them on events, and he didn't have anyone by his side, and that began to matter.
I've longed for kids since I was very, very young, so I'm waiting to find the right person, someone who's willing to take on the job.
And though the woman who is now taking on that role will never meet her mother-in-law, Prince Harry has said that his mother, Diana, would most certainly approve.
There's no doubt, I think, that Princess Diana would have wanted her children to marry for love. Being royal can be very lonely, and she would have wanted for her children somebody who could be a companion and an encouragement and a source of wisdom for them.